I have my co-host here, Summer. How you
Hey,
doing, Summer?
good. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. How's things been? Because I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, busy. Just, working and trying to get some creative projects off the ground. So it's been good.
Very good. Very good. Um, so we are gonna tap into this subject that a lot of people are talking about, which is the Travis Scott situation. And I don't know, it's just really a lot of stuff going on with this these deaths that happened at his AstroWorld concert.
Yeah.
And yeah, rest in peace to those young lives that has perished and gone. Yeah, so what do you think about that?
So it's a lot of information. I mean, first we have like the AstroWorld Festival in Houston. We have 8 people who are confirmed to have died from a huge crowd rush. They said 50,000 people started rushing the crowd in the front. We have, questions about,
50,000 at one time? Not
yeah,
that was how many people were there,
who
right?
were
He sold
there.
out.
Right. And so then you have questions about who's liable. You have questions about like some lawsuits that are going on now. And then if Travis was in the wrong or if he should have done more, people are saying he should have stopped the concert. People are saying
Right.
that, yeah, and I think honestly think it's important to kind of set the basis of like what this is and how this happens, and that this happens, unfortunately this happens more often than I think people realize. This
Right.
when there's a crowd surge and then people get trampled. And
So many people. Do you know they said, well, I'm gonna say allegedly, like he hired some security,
yeah.
but the security that he hired were not professional or were
Mhm.
not
I
legal.
heard
You know what
that
I'm
as well.
saying? They had
Yeah, I saw
license.
some reports.
Right.
Hmm.
So it was people just off the street, you know.
Right.
And yeah, and once they got in, they saw the stuff that they saw was like horrific. They were really like scared for their lives and in danger. You know what I mean?
Right. So essentially you have a staff that's unprepared, and then you have a huge crowd. And this is where we're starting to be able to go to concerts and things like that. So you have a crowd that's obviously restless. They haven't really been able to go to many concerts. This is probably one of the first ones that they're able to go to
Right,
after COVID. They're
right.
excited. And
Because I think
Travis
he
Scott,
had to cancel a
yeah.
concert because of COVID.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and these people, Travis is known for having really excitable hype concerts. He's known for
right.
saying, screw the security, come through, jump the stage,
Yeah, like Woodstock type of stuff, you know.
right. And
Yeah, he's really
he's definitely,
wild, you know.
exactly.
Yeah,
So I think that there's a lot of questions about, and also, it's interesting. I was looking on like just Twitter or just anything, and I was seeing like how other people had handled situations at their concert. Like they showed Adele, and Adele stopped her entire concert and said, "Hey,
right,
someone's passed out. Are you okay?" Like someone, and it showed a lot of examples of people stopping the concert, of people just for people who looked sick or they like
right.
passed
Looked like
out.
they needed help.
Right, they looked like they needed help, and so people were like, "Why couldn't Travis have done this?" And they said it just looks like
Well,
he doesn't care.
right, right. It's a lot to it. It's like it's so much
Yeah,
stuff as far as it was 2 people that got up on stage, you know, to try to tell the cameraman they
cameraman,
needed
right?
help, but he kind of shooed them away like, okay, I'm doing my
Yeah,
job. We can't do anything. But for all those the people that
right.
lost their life, they were young, two women and the rest were men, young people, you know.
And
So
there's a 9-year-old in critical condition right now as well. They're not
really,
sure.
a
Yeah,
9-year-old was
9 year.
at the
He was on his
concert.
Yeah, he was on his father's shoulders, and his dad had, fallen under the crowd, and it's just a horrific situation. And no one expects to go to that. Expect to go to a concert and have fun. But here, I guess one thing that I would point out that I think is weird and interesting and a question on a lot of people's mind is, how aware was Travis? They're saying that there's a video of him watching, so he's singing and he's watching someone being carried out. And it's like, you know that he knows that something is wrong. He knows that at the
Right.
very least someone passed out or had a medical emergency. So, but then there's also that side where it's like, I feel like there's almost an expectation of like the show must go on.
Right, because there are people that's supposed to work for him that
Right.
is supposed to control that area. You
And
know
it's
what
like,
I'm
you're
saying?
supposed to be the performer.
Right.
We take
We
care of
control this.
Right. And also, as far as the cameraman and them trying to stop him, they're screaming at him that someone is dying. But in the cameraman's defense, he probably has absolutely no idea what's going on. He's probably laser focused.
Yeah,
He's like,
he's focused on his job,
yeah, he's like, these kids
which
are
was
crazy.
to
Right.
get views and
and he's
continue
probably assuming,
streaming.
like,
He had
exactly.
to continue streaming. You know what I'm saying?
He's
So,
probably like, there's a medic out there, who's helping
right.
them. He's probably thinking like, I don't really know what you're saying. I don't really understand what you're saying. I'm going to keep doing my job because this is my job and I'm going to get fired if I don't. And he's not understanding severity. And I think there's just, when you're in a situation like that, it's chaos.
It was chaos. Could you imagine 50,000 people in one area? They were all packed up.
Right.
You know, one on one.
Yeah.
Like, and then could you imagine in a pandemic, in a situation like
Right.
this, no mask,
Right.
no protection, everybody is so close up on each other. I'm
Right.
just trying to wonder, I got a question, right? And I'm trying to figure out, who does he cater to? I know that he caters to the culture. I
Right.
listen to some of his music.
Right.
He's in the hood. He has the donks. He has the women. But if you look at some of his stuff, it's really dark. It's a lot of blood and a lot of like evil, behind him. So, and then his crowd was predominantly, I'm just going to say, I'm not there, but from what I see, it catered to a lot of white people that were there, young people who are, innocent. Like, where are the people that his culture, his music is, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's weird. I think I don't know, because you've also got to think, this took place in Houston, so you don't really know like what's the population of Houston, how many people are there. I
Right.
saw some diversity there. My question is just, in general, how much did he know? I feel like he didn't know that much, but even if he did,
He's from Texas.
I really don't think he cared that much, to be honest. And I really don't think a lot of people in the crowd cared that much, because they're
right.
I think the entire issue, the issue comes down to, people do not care. Okay, like, they do not care. He's like, all right, someone passed out, so what? I'm gonna keep going the show. What's up? He's like, I'm getting paid for this. And then you have people in the crowd who are like, keep going. I paid my money.
Yeah, those are his followers. Exactly. Those are his followers.
Who are trampling on a lot of people. Like,
a lot of people.
This is complex.
But they're calling his name. He may be I don't know. People are talking about sacrifice or the scapegoat.
Oh, I don't know. I would say, I don't know. I'm just like, I think it's easier to say that than to say, well, yeah, I think there was a spirit. There is a sort of darkness at that, there's a sort of darkness in a lot of concerts, honestly. Concerts are very,
concerts are like
some
that,
concerts are like great, lovely. A lot of
not all.
Right. Some of them kind of, you sit for a sort of riot vibe. You're like, they kind of get really hyped, get excited.
Right.
And I
that's
think
what they're there for too.
Yeah,
a lot of those young people are there for that.
Right. And it's called, for the entertainer, it's called engagement. Like, have your audience engaged, but for other people, it's like, it is a rage. It is a, I'm not saying this was necessarily you have mosh pits in a lot of concerts.
Well, that's how he does, though. That's his character.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
And honestly, he's probably not, I guarantee he is not the worst when it comes to that. It just so happens that at this particular festival, this happened, and it is a problem. It is not just a problem. People lost their lives. There have been a lot of concerts. I actually did research about different concerts that have been in the past, and like how many people lost their lives there, and when there were different like when people were trampled and like horrible things like that. So I did a lot of research. this is not only is this not the first, there are so many worldwide and definitely in America. And I was like, this is actually a pretty big problem. It's what's hard is that, okay, so here we have, that was most recently, but honestly of this, we have, let's see, a Kiss nightclub, a fire killed in Brazil, 200 people, but you have a festival in Cambodia, 340 people died after a panic crush. You have the love.
And like he didn't have the right, it was not professional, it was not set up where people,
and I
for
think
safety.
Saying that it happens is not an excuse. I think
for safety.
What
much more?
Yeah.
It's so much more. Like I went back and I listened to some of his music and stuff like that. So I just want to know, maybe somebody need to educate. I just want to know, like, what do he bring to the culture? Like, what is his music about? Like, what is he saying? Because you have on one hand, I know in different cities, like you said about the population, who's in that, area and but I'm just confused on
who his audience is. You're saying
who his real audience is.
Okay.
I don't know. But anybody want to educate me or anyone else that wants to know, like, this is going to be a topic for a while, and he has a lot. I don't know if he's going to lose in this. Is he catering to, like, what is the draw in? He has so many 50,000 young people, 50,000. And why would that father bring a 9-year-old to an event like that?
Man, honestly, I think that a lot of concerts are catered to younger kids, like younger, maybe like 15, 17, 16. And I don't really know why. I just know that that's, you have like even like, obviously he's not Justin Bieber, but you have Justin Bieber, right? And you have all these young teenage girls.
Right.
You have Travis Scott, you have a bunch of young teenage like guys and girls. And I think that anytime you have a concert, you're going to have a lot of young people there. Concerts are things that young people like to do.
Right. Yeah, but I looked at some of the crowd, and it looked like it's a mixture. You have an old group. I see older people there. I see younger people. It's just like a mixture. And I don't know. It's just really, really weird.
The scary thing is the young people who had such horrible reality. Like they had cardiac arrest, and you don't think of young people going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the conditions are pretty bad, and I a lot of conditions at a lot of concerts are pretty bad. And I'm hoping, I don't think this, unfortunately, I don't think it will change things, but I would hope that people will be a lot more careful about making these environments safer for the fans.
Right. It's not just all about a view or a like or streaming or how many people you could get, Yeah.
And honestly, I think the people at the venue are also responsible for making sure that people are okay, because it's your venue. This is your place. Like, you need to have stuff. Like the fact that, I don't know, but honestly, in my opinion, I think a lot of concerts are outdated in the way that we do concerts, because
right.
And me personally, I'm standing there in the hot sun or evening, whatever. I'm standing there, all these bodies around me for hours and hours and hours. And
I couldn't do it.
Bro, like, I'm like, this is not for me. Like, can I sit down? Like, I just
right. I need a seat. Yeah, something. It's
see them perform, yes, but I'm not about to be standing out here for hours. Like, it's okay.
And so packed up,
not to blame the people who went. This is what we do. This is a concert. They want to have fun. But I do think, like, this needs to change in some way. Like, figure out how to make it work for the fans.
Make it better, right, for the fans.
Exactly.
And then they're young people. You're impressionable to a lot of young people.
Exactly.
And it's like they flock. It's like a flock, like I'm flocking to you.
Take care of the youth. Like,
right.
Young, this is not okay. They're losing their, can you imagine the pain of the parents?
I don't think they thought they were going to a concert to lose their life. You know what I mean? It's just so it's so much to this.
In that way.
Yeah, it's and they were saying that the Kardashian mom, that she is kind of putting away certain clips of the video and on YouTube and certain places where it is, and trying to take it down, and you know, so she's trying to protect him.
PR, kind of a PR thing.
Yeah, yeah. So
I don't know.
you know,
I'm like the Kardashians. It's weird that they're not involved, but like, you know, obviously his Kylie Jenner is, you know, they have a daughter together and
they have a following. Trust me, they're
yeah, and
involved.
so I feel like Kris Jenner, the way she handles things is, if you fall within the family, then you're going to be protected, and she's going to try and make sure, you know what I'm saying? Try
Right,
to make
right.
sure all that's good. I don't care about that, and I don't care about what they do with the situation. I really don't care. All I care about is that this gets fixed and the people who got injured get injured, you know, to have what they need, like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it comes down to, there's not enough care in the world. They're the people that, you know, people want others to
It
care.
couldn't have been.
Right. But our society is very selfish. It's
Very.
extremely narcissistic. You just said that you're walking through his giant head when you're going into the
Right.
concert. Like,
Right.
and the thing is,
So you think you're walking through something that's great. You know, I'm going to experience the time of my life. You know, but once
Americans
you,
worship celebrities, and
right,
you know, we treat them like gods, not just America,
right,
obviously all over the world, you know. And it's like, I honestly never expected him to have this, you know, he's not living in the world that you're living in. Like, this is not his biggest concern, even though it seems like it's
right.
probably not his biggest. People lost their lives. This
Yeah,
is
because his apology wasn't all that great either.
his apology.
His
Actually,
apology.
I watched someone do an analysis on that. An analysis, like a body language analysis on it, and they're like, yeah, they're like, it's kind of, it's not genuine, you
Right,
know,
no.
his feelings are not matching his, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And that could have been shock, that could have been him being under the influence, or it could just be he don't care that much.
Right. Or they told him to go on, you need to go on and you
Yeah.
need to say something. And so whatever came to his mind.
But then to play devil's advocate, it's like, what could he have done? Like, he could have stopped the concert. That's boom, easy. Stop the concert. But actually, I think in his mind, he's probably thinking, this is not, I'm the entertainer. I don't take care of the serious stuff.
Right,
I don't
right.
handle the
He's
crowd.
there
I'm
to
not
perform.
here.
Yeah.
Right, I'm here to perform. This is what I'm here to do. And I can't blame him for that. But
Right.
also, and there's a possibility he didn't know the severity of the situation at the time.
Right.
But, you know, the whole situation is just horrible, tragic.
But he is looking out though. He is
Exactly.
looking out. So
Exactly.
you can't see something, but they
Exactly.
do the wave where they jump out.
No, he saw it.
So-
There's video of him watching someone being dragged out, and he's watching and he's staring, and I'm like, maybe he thought the guy was fine, but just like dehydrated. But I'm also like, are you sure? Like, this is kind of,
yeah. And what do? Do you stop in the midsection of a concert? Which is no. I wouldn't. You're supposed to keep going, right?
There's that idea of like, the show must go on. Because if you think about it, I paid money for this concert, and I don't know that there's, you know, I'm all the way on the other side. I don't know what's happening over there. But if he stops the concert, I'm like, why are you stopping the concert? Obviously, when you find out later why, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, of course he stopped the concert. But I'm sure people would be mad if he had stopped. People are mad that he didn't stop. Like, there's just so much going on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. In summer, we're gonna hear about this for a while.
A little, honestly though, Joni, I gotta say this though. So much has happened in 2021, 2020 that I think there's gonna be another headline. And they were talking about Gabby Petito. Now you're talking about Travis Scott. There is going to be another headline soon, and people are gonna forget. That's my prediction.
Well, you know, and you know what? That's just how the world is moving. It's like you're here today, you're gone tomorrow. Exactly. Something happens today, it doesn't, you know, it's just forgotten about. And that's kind of sad.
I think this is going to be forgotten, not to the families, not to the friends, not to the people who lost up, but I think in the next coming weeks, I genuinely think this is going to be gone, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, with the help of all his PR and whoever is over him. So maybe not, maybe so. Let's see. Maybe not, maybe so. Let's see, because really it needs to be talked about, because I'm just trying to figure out, is he going to be canceled or is he going to continue on, like you say? Like,
Oh, I don't think,
Who
I
is
do
he?
not,
Who caters to him? Like his, I'm
I
just
don't
trying to
think he's
figure
gonna
out.
be canceled. I really don't think he's gonna be canceled.
Do you
I
listen
really
to his
don't.
music?
I have heard a couple of his songs because a couple of his songs are just, they're extremely popular. I've heard
Popular,
his music. Yeah,
popular.
I've heard some of his music. I haven't like ever gone deep into it, but I have heard some
Right.
of his songs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's the topic for now. Let's see what happens. I pray for all the young ones that lost their life. And there's a lot of people with broken bones, broken legs, and just all kind of fractures. Ooh, I couldn't have done it. You know,
It's horrible, man.
hopefully it all, works out, but it's a sad situation, and we're all talking about it, and hopefully, you know,
And there are people who care. We care. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
we
Yeah.
care. And then that's why I say, you know what, let me see what's going on with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because all the stuff that I'm hearing, I'm like, let me go listen to some of his music and watch some of his videos. And they
Yeah.
are dark. They
Mm.
are dark. They start off in the culture, in the hood, in the music and the booty, but then it's dark behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe people will figure out this guy and see what's going on, or what's the
And I can't,
message. What's
I
his
think,
message? That's what I want
yeah.
to know.
What is
What's his
that?
message?
Yeah. I don't know.
So yeah. So what were you gonna say? I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
Oh, no, you're fine. I was saying, I honestly can't imagine. I know there are a lot of artists, amazing artists, who would have stopped and who would have just done everything they could to save their fans. But I do think there is a population of artists who would have done the same thing that Travis did. And I don't know, you could say like it's in his genre, in his culture, whatever you want to say. I do think that people who have that sort of like, let's go, hype, let's go, da da da. I think, not saying that all of them would at all, but I do think there are other artists who would have responded in the same way. And I don't think this is just a Travis Scott problem. I think this is probably bigger than that.
I think it is bigger, because I think you thinking in that way. I think that it's bigger as far as what is this message? What
Yeah.
is this situation and this casualty of people in what we seeing that happen? What is this saying? What is the long term of this
Yeah.
effect to our young people? They follow artists and all that stuff. This is their time. You know what I'm saying, with the music and stuff like that. But what is it going to leave? Like what? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Right.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. So we're going to go ahead and close with that, and I we'll revisit this, and let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right. You take care.